Welcome to Bhau Banasidas University. Myself Akash Vashne, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss universal relay torque equation. Okay, universal relay torque equation. Now we will know that torque is directly proportional to the flux phi 1 phi 2 sin theta. Okay, this is the phi 1 and phi 2 is the flux that is produced in the coil. This flux is produced by current, or we can say it is produced by voltage, or we can say combination of current and voltage. Okay, now we have discussed theta. Theta is the angle between flux phi 1 and phi 2. The phase difference between flux phi 1 and phi 2 is theta. So now we will see this is the general equation of torque, which is equals to phi 1 phi 2 sin theta. Now we will see torque equals to K1 I square. This is the torque which is produced by the current, and another is K2 V square. This is the torque which is produced by the voltage, and K3, that is the combination of current and voltage, which is equals to cos theta minus tau plus K4. Now this K4 is a spring or gravity constant. This K4 comes from the spring or gravity constant. Here K1, K2, K2, K3 and K4 are constant. Here K1, K2, K3 are constant. Now here theta is the angle between voltage and current, and tau is the maximum torque angle. Tau is the maximum torque angle. So this is the universal torque equation that is in the rectangular box. So this you have to kept in mind for the distance relay. If we discuss in the distance relay, with the in the distance relay we will use this universal relay torque equation, that is K1 I square plus K2 B square plus K3 Bi cos theta minus tau plus K4. Here I is the current which is produced by the relay. So here I is the relay current and V is the relay voltage. Now we will categorize the value of constant. Suppose we have considered the overcurrent relay. In overcurrent relay, the constant K2 and K3 are 0 and the value of K4 is negative. This is the assumption that we have considered in the overcurrent relay. Now we will put this value in the universal torque equation. We will get K2 and K3 are 0, then we can get K1 I square and minus K4. So this is the torque equation in the case of overcurrent relay. Okay. Now we will see in the case of over voltage relay, over voltage relay K1 and K3 are 0 and K4 is negative. Then we have torque equation equals to K1 is 0, then K1 into I square is 0. We will get K2 B square minus K4. So we have the torque equation is K2 B square minus K4. Now third is directional relay. Third is directional relay. Directional relay. In directional relay, the value of K1 and K2 are 0. First current torque produced by current and torque produced by voltage are 0 and K4 is negative. So in the directional relay we have get torque equals to K3 Bi cos theta minus tau minus K4. So this is the torque equation in the case of directional relay. Okay, so now last category is distance relay. Distance relay. Distance relay is categorized into three categories. First is impedance distance relay, impedance distance relay, and second is reactance distance relay, and third is admittance distance relay. Admittance distance relay. Okay, so in the impedance distance relay, the constant K3 is 0 and value of K2 and K4 is negative. Okay, so equation of torque becomes here K1 is present, so K1 I square minus K2 B square and K3 is 0 and we can get K4. So this is the torque equation in the case of impedance relay. Similarly, we can see the reactance distance relay torque equation and admittance distance relay. Okay, distance relay actually used in the protection of transmission line, and distribution side. So we can use our distance relay majorly on transmission line. Actually, transmission line is categorized into three categories. First is short transmission line, second is short transmission line, second is medium transmission line, and third is long transmission line. So we will see in where we can use impedance distance relay, where we can use reactance relay, and where we can use admittance distance relay. Now we will discuss impedance distance relay. We will discuss impedance distance relay. Impedance distance relay. So in impedance distance relay we have one more name that is called as voltage restraint over current relay. We can also called as impedance distance relay as voltage restraint over current relay. Okay, or we will use impedance distance relay for medium transmission line. For medium transmission line we will use impedance distance relay. Now we will see what is the equation of torque in the case of impedance distance relay. We will see the universal torque equation is k1 I square plus k2 b square plus k3 bi cos theta minus tau plus k4. This is the universal torque equation. Here we have k1 is positive and k2 and k4 is negative and the value of k3 is 0. Now we will substitute these values in the universal torque equation. We will get torque equals to k1 I square, we will put as relay current, minus k2 v square, this is the relay voltage, and k4. Okay, so this is the current. IR is the current measured by relay, or VR is the voltage measured by relay, and this is the spring tension constant. Now we see if the relay will operate. For relay will operate, the value of torque is greater than 0, yeah, we can say the value of torque is positive, then the torque is positive, or we can say torque is greater than 0, so that relay will operate. So this value is greater than 0, we can see k1 I square minus k2 b square minus k4 greater than 0. Okay, now making rearrangement, we will see here if we consider k2 br square to the left, to the right, we will get k1 I square minus k4 greater than k2 br square. Okay, now we will divide the, we will see k2 b square less than k1 I square minus k4. Okay, now we divide the this expression with the k2 IR square. Okay, we will divide k2 VR square by k2 IR square less than k1 IR square, we will divide it k2 IR square minus k4 upon k2 IR square. We will see IR square is cancelled out by this and k2 is cancelled out by this. We will get VR upon IR to the whole square less than k1 upon k2 minus k4 upon k2 IR square. Okay, now we will see if we simplify again, we will get BR upon IR less than under root, we will take under root, we will get k1 upon k2 minus k4 upon k2 IR square. Okay, now we will see the value of k2 IR square is much greater than k4. This value is much greater than k4, so we will neglect this term. So we will neglect this term, we will get BR upon IR is less than under root k1 upon k2. Now VR upon IR is called as impedance. This is the relay impedance, that is equals to under root k1 upon k2. Now the relay will operate only when the value of relay impedance is less than under root k1 k2, or we will can say the ratio of k1 k2 is defined as Z. So we will also write as Z is less than Z. Okay, for that condition relay will operate only. Relay will operate only. Okay, now the value of Z is Z equals to under root k1 upon k2 here. Now we will understand this thing with the help of example. Suppose we have a synchronous generator that having voltage E, and here we have a bus bar A, and here we have bus bar B and this. Now we have a fault here at the point C, okay, and we have a place a relay, and this is the voltage, this is the jet set value, and we have C here, this is the coil, this is the voltage VR, okay, and this is measure the current IR. Now we conditions the various, we will assume various conditions. Suppose the fault will happen here, suppose this is the F1 fault. If the fault is happen here, this is the F2 fault and this is the F3 fault. This F1 and F2 is interior fault and F3 is the exterior fault, okay. So this is the internal fault. Now the reach of jet set is this is the jet set value up to here, this is the reach value. Now if we consider up to this case, the value of impedance is ZL1 and the value of impedance up to F2 is ZL2 and the value of impedance here up to ZL3, okay. Now we will see the value of ZL1 is less than Z set. In this case we can write as Z set. In this case the value of ZL2 is exactly equals to Z set, or in this case the value of ZL3 is greater than Z set, okay. So relay will not work in these two cases except the first case, okay. So this is the problem, that is this is the external fault, this is the external fault, okay. Now with the help of reactance diagram, we see the, with the help of reactance diagram, suppose this is the real part of K1 by K2, this is the negative real axis and this is the imaginary part of K1 K2 and this is the imaginary part of K1 K2, that is negative and this is positive. Now we consider this is the resistance here and this is the reactance there. Now the value of Z is less than under root K1 by K2, so we can get a circle, okay. This is, we can get the locus, okay. So this area is defined as the operational condition area, we will call as operational area, and in this region the relay will not work, that is no operation point, okay. In this region the value of Z is greater than Z set, and in this region the value of Z is less than Z set, or on the surface Z equals to Z set. So this is the condition of impedance distance relay, okay. If we consider the fault condition here also, suppose we have one fault is F1 here, this is F1 and this is F2 and this is F3. So for the fault F3 the relay will not work, okay. I think it is clear to you with the graphical representation of impedance distance relay. Now we will consider the effect of arc resistance on the impedance distance relay. Now we will see the effect of arc resistance, effect of arc resistance. Okay, now we will see if the fault occur with the resistance. Suppose this is the bus bar A and this is the circuit breaker we have used, and this is the relay coil, and this is the voltage it is measured, this is IR, and we can consider this is the jet set value, and this is the measuring component, and we will having the bus bar B, and suppose the fault is happen at point C, and this is the arcing fault, and value of jet set is up to here, this is the reach value of jet set. In this area the impedance distance relay work. Now we will see again with the figure. This is the figure diagram, this is X, this is this is resistance, this is negative resistance, this is negative reactance. Now this is the operational condition characteristic of this fault, this is the line fault characteristic. Okay, we will consider this is point A and this is point B, and fault is happen C. Now consider the effect of arc resistance. Suppose we will consider, suppose this is the arc resistance, this is the arcing effect, arc effect. Okay, now the characteristic will shift from this point to here. Okay, now corresponding to this C will get here, and corresponding to B will get here. This is the B dash and this is the C dash. Now we will see the operational area that is in the previous case is present at point B, which is shifted to point C dash. So with the effect of arc resistance, the range of relay will decrease. Here we will see that C dash equals to arc resistance. C dash is equals to arc resistance, and if we find the underreach, percentage, we will see BC is divided by AB, and we can multiply by 100, we will get the underreach of relay. Okay, and the operational point of operation point B is shifted to C dash. Okay, so we will see that in the case of arc resistance, the range of relay will decrease. Okay, so this is the effect of arc resistance. Now we will see the directionality of relay. We will see the directionality of impedance relay. The impedance relay is non-directional in nature. Non-directional means it works in all the quadrants. Suppose we will see this relay work in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So it means it is non-directional relay. Okay, so this is about the impedance distance relay. In the next video we will discuss the reactance relay. So thank you and have a nice day.